Alright guys, welcome back to another video. Just hanging out in this back seat that turns into a bed. I mean, what more can you ask for? This is like every man's dream. So I've been getting a lot of requests lately to do a video on this sexy workhorse of a beast here, the old Kodiak. You know, I post pictures of it from time to time on my Instagram, and it's actually not my truck. So for all you daddy's money guys out there, this is a daddy's money truck because it's my dad's truck. So as a matter of fact, daddy's money paid for this entire truck. If you guys don't know, my dad is he's a concrete guy. So this truck was built for two purposes. It was built back in 05, and even today it is still a head turner. But purpose number one, obviously, to be just a burly workhorse. Nothing in concrete is light. So you know, you need a strong, hardy truck to be able to handle that industry. And the second purpose is we were heavy into dirt bikes and racing back when this truck was built. So it was also built to be comfortable, to haul our bikes, and to haul us, you know, in comfort to all the races and all the tracks in the desert and all that stuff. So bear in mind, when going over a lot of these features in the truck, they were put in 2005, and a lot of them were top of the line back in 2005. Now that being said, this truck is a daily driver. It works sometimes 7 days a week, and it's really run through the paces. So I think it's held up really well over time. And I'm gonna apologize now if there are camera shadows on my face. The sun is setting, as you guys can see, or maybe not see, I don't know, might have just got washed out. But it's a little late in the day, but I wanted to get this video in for you guys this weekend. It's been a crazy busy weekend. So yeah, if there's camera shadows in my face, it is what it is. Anyways, 2005 Chevy Kodiak 5500. This was the first 4x4 Kodiak in California. So for those of you that are not too familiar with what a Kodiak is, they kind of equate to like what an F650 would be. Now that being said, here's where Chevy differentiated and where Chevy kind of kicked ass in the realm of medium duty trucks. So Chevy built a cab specifically for the Kodiak. If you look at the F650s as well as, you know, from back in the day, as well as the ones coming out now, they still use the F250 or F350 pickup truck cab. Now that being said, you're basically in a pickup truck cab with big front fenders and a bigger hood. Now, if that's what you want, great. But the beautiful thing about the cabs on the Kodiaks was they were so tall and so spacious, you can damn near literally walk around inside this cab. And when we get inside, you'll see that. This truck is definitely far from stock. It has a custom 12-foot diamond plate flatbed that was built for it. Top and bottom boxes. It's got a custom headache rack, packed full of LED lights. There are a shit ton of LED lights. Some are brake lights, some are stop lights. It's got amber strobes, front and rear, and then in the bed up there, there are white LED loading lights. As you guys can see, it's got a wooden deck up there. We've got tie-down points for the dirt bikes. The loading lights are obviously for tools or for the dirt bikes when we were loading up at night. This truck was very well purposely built. So for wheels, it's got the 22.5 Alcoa wheels wrapped in Toyo tires. Now a lot of people do the 22.5 so they can run the cheap semi tires, which, you know, your life's kind of hanging in the line of your tires. If a tire blows, obviously in the dually you're all right, but if a front tire or something blows, you know, it's not a fun day. So don't cheap out on your tires, guys. These are Toyo 295, 75. And as with any polished wheel, they need a little bit of love right now. So all those guys that say I need to put polished wheels on the next truck that I build, polished wheels look great while they're polished. The second they get a little bit tarnished, or, you know, it's been a month since you polished them, they start to look really cloudy, and that drives me nuts. So unless you got somebody full-time polishing them, you know, it's just definitely not a wheel look that I'm gonna go with. So for shocks on this thing, he had custom-made Fox shocks up front. You guys can see just how big the reservoir is on these things. A lot of little details going around also. All of the trim work, it's a little bit faded now, but all the trim work was wrapped, or hydro dipped rather, in carbon fiber. Like I said, strobes front and rear, so these are strobe as well. Custom made steps. Now the interior of this truck, this is where these Kodiaks really shine. Not only are they super tall, but they are extremely spacious. This one's obviously a little bit taller than stock, so they've equipped it with the grab handle, air ride seats. So if you guys don't know what those are, the seats will raise and lower with the air ride, so you kind of adjust it to your weight. These trucks are a little bit bouncy, you know, they're heavy duty trucks. So I mean, if you guys look at the leaf springs in the rear here, they're you know, these trucks are burly and there's a lot of weight, so they get a little bit of bounce going, and the air ride seats takes care of that. And then the back seat, which I was laying on in the beginning of this video, converts down into a bed. Now I think it was Monroe was doing these conversions in the truck for a while. You know, the kit wasn't out when we did this, so we were one of the front runners on these. But you guys can see the back seat will actually, just at the push of a button, lay down into a bed. Now, I'm not sure what size bed you would equate this to. Maybe a twin, something along those lines, but it's actually, you know, it's a pretty large bed back here, so you can actually get really comfortable. And since we have the seat for it, I'll let you guys check out the audio in this truck. There's two 12s under the seats, and you guys can see the directed amps mounted in the back. You know, I've been out of the audio game for a while, so I know directed was decent back in the day. I got no clue what they're considered now, but this truck has plenty of bass for, you know, it being a work truck. It's beautiful. This thing almost has too much bass. Now I keep talking about how spacious this thing is, and it might be kind of hard to see, or I guess show you guys, being that I'm filming inside the cab, but in between the seats is this large opening right here, which pretty much allows you to actually physically pretty close to stand up, and you know, you can transition to the back seat, no problem. These things are massive, guys. Look at the view from the back seat. Try and show you guys just how large these are. So then if we come up to the front here, we'll see the entertainment system. Obviously we have the touchscreen navigation with backup camera. You know, that didn't come factory back in 05, so this was the kind of stuff you had to add. Auxiliary switches for our strobe lights, the bed lights. That I think kills the lights on the mirrors, defrost on the mirrors. Here's your PTO switch, which you guys will see what that does in a minute. 4x, just so you guys know, it is 4x, but you do have to go out and manually lock the hubs on these things because it is a solid axle Chevy. So all you guys that complain about Chevy doing independent front suspension, this is a solid axle Chevy. We've got, I don't even remember how to flip this thing down, open. You know, obviously screen back here, DVD player for the long rides out to the track and to the desert. You guys can see the Banks IQ up there. This truck is tuned by Banks. I would never use a Banks tuner again. But hey, this truck's already tuned, so it is what it is. But definitely not a fan of Banks PPEI if you guys are going to do any tuning. You'll see all of the dash panels, door panels, all that are hydro dipped in the matching carbon fiber to the exterior pieces. Same with the little trim piece around the DVD player. So, you know, there's a lot of attention to detail in this truck. And speaking of tuning, there were a few different engine options you can get when you ordered the Kodiaks back when they were a thing. I know you can get the gas engine, which, why you would, I don't know. You can get the Duramax, and then you can get the Caterpillar engine in it. And I think the Caterpillar was from like the 5500s up, or might have been the 6500s up. I don't know. I don't know if you can get it in the 4500. Maybe. Anyways, they opted for the Duramax just because it's a tried true legend. The maintenance on a Caterpillar, I've heard, is a pain. So one of the cooler features about this truck, and a lot of people don't really realize it when they look at it, is this is actually a dump bed. So I'll fire it up for you guys, and you guys can see. Hit the PTO switch on. Then you've got your handy remote right here, and then just at the push of a button, you've got a full dump bed. I don't want to go up too high with it because there's a bunch of shit in it, but I'll kind of give you guys a little view from back further. So there you go, and as you guys can see, it's actually really quick to dump. It's not like the old PTOs on the old dump trucks where you gotta switch it over to PTO, rev the shit out of the engine, and it takes about 30 seconds before the ramp finally starts moving. These things are actually really quick. All right, guys, as the sun is setting behind me, I think we should wrap this video up. Man, it sure gets dark quick out here. I really do miss summer, even though it was like 90 degrees yesterday. But thank you guys for watching. You know, I get asked all the time how I got into trucks, why I like diesel so much, and this was the truck that started it all. You know, me and Chris back in the days to kind of earn our way to have my dad drive us out to the track. We had to get out here with socks and Mother's Polish, like 8 cans of Mother's Polish to polish all the diamond plate on this truck. And that was kind of our way of, you know, paying for the fuel costs to take us out to the track. But if you guys are interested in medium duty trucks, Chevy is coming out with a new medium duty truck in 2019. I believe they're partnering up with Navistar, but they're going to make the same mistake that Ford makes with the F650s. They're going to be using a Silverado cab, so you're not going to get the tall Kodiak cab, which I think is a horrible mistake, but we'll see. It's going to be cool to see what they come out with. So as always, guys, Work For It shirts, Work For It hats, WorkForItApparel.com. I'll put the link right here. Thank you guys for watching. If you have not clicked the subscribe button, please click subscribe now. Give this video a thumbs up. I got a lot more videos coming. As you guys know, I'm on the quest for a new truck. I'm really leaning towards a dually. Leave your suggestions down in the comment section. You know, I looked at Ford. I'm looking at the High Countries, the Denali's, but I'm open, so I'd love to hear you guys' input. So yeah, guys, you guys are the best. Thanks for watching. I'm out.
Damn.